Wrap around, score!
Hello and welcome to another edition of Gulls All Access. I'm Andy Zilch. The San Diego Gulls spent all of last weekend honoring our local frontline heroes and military heroes. Let's look back at Heroes Night and Military Appreciation Night. On Friday, November 5th, the Gulls hosted Heroes Night. San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria was in attendance as part of a pregame ceremony to acknowledge and thank our frontline workers working tirelessly to keep our communities healthy and safe. On the ice, the Gulls and Bakersfield battled in a tight one. Braden Tracy evened the score at 1 in the second period with his first professional goal.
Outlet up to Tracy, partial break, cuts in, shoots, scores! The crowd erupts for Braden Tracy's first professional goal.
Trevor Carrick put the Gulls on top with a goal in the third period.
Shot from Carrick at the point, scores!
And the game would be decided in a shootout and won by some nifty stick handling by Jacob Perreault.
Stick handle, shoot, score!
On Saturday, the Gulls hosted their annual Military Appreciation Night. The night kicked off with a pregame tailgate party. Inside, fans received free Gulls USA hats presented by Indian Motorcycle of San Diego. The Gulls wore patriotic-themed uniforms featuring a new specialty jersey highlighted by red, white, and blue accents. On the ice, the Gulls found themselves in a 3-0 deficit early against the Colorado Eagles. San Diego battled back with a goal from Jacob Perreault in the second.
Across, Perreault, one-timer, scores!
And another from Braden Tracy in the third, his second goal in as many nights.
Wrap around, scores!
Colorado would come out on top of a final score of 3-2. Your next chance to catch the Gulls in action is tonight at 7 p.m. against the Bakersfield Condors. Danny O'Regan is proving to be quite an off-season acquisition for the club. I was able to catch up with the Gulls' new forward to talk about his unique hockey upbringing.
Let's go. Come on. Help them. It's easier than we make it. Drop. Drop. Which side are we penalty killing? Cross! Nice save.
Pleased to be joined with forward Danny O'Regan. First of all, welcome to the organization and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So we'll backtrack to the early stages of your life. Your dad was an NHL player and then played over in Germany. And if math serves me correctly, you were 4 until he retired. Do you remember much about Germany and his playing career?
That is correct, and I do not remember much at all. I remember going back and visiting when I was maybe 8 or 9. They brought us back and that kind of jogged a little bit of memories. I remember some things. We lived in a nice little cul-de-sac area. We had a bunch of neighbors my age and playing street hockey and playing in a little park across the street. It kind of brought me back a little bit, but I don't remember too much, unfortunately.
Well, your dad played in the NHL, played in the AHL, and then, like I said, in Germany. How big of an influence was he for you to get in the sport of hockey, and as well your brother, too?
He was the person I looked up to. I wanted to follow in his footsteps in every path. I grew up diehard BU fan. I wanted to go there my whole life just because he went there. I wanted to play in the NHL. I loved hockey. I took my first strides with him and my mom, who's a figure skater too. So yeah, he knows the game well, and that's where I got, I think, general hockey sense is also a big part of my game. I definitely got all that from him too. So
Well, you talked about always wanting to go to BU, but you were drafted before you played at BU.
Right.
Talk about that experience, being drafted, getting welcomed into the NHL world when you knew what your path was going to be even after the draft.
It was really cool. It was really special. It was, finished high school, and then you go right to the draft, and then you got to be excited about college. It was like it was a crazy couple months. It was really exciting. I had all the support in the world. I had a bunch of high school friends come with me to the draft, and my parents were there. And I was always very committed to going to BU and getting my degree. I always wanted to do that. That was important to me, and I was always excited about the draft, but really just focused on BU and having a good career there.
Eichel takes his shot, save made, rebound, score! Danny O'Regan wins it for the Terriers with 12:33 to go in overtime. The best player on that line in this game, Dan, was Danny O'Regan.
Here's O'Regan on the power play, he scores! Just like that, the power play goal from Danny O'Regan, his third of the year. To O'Regan. O'Regan scores! Back comes Eichel again. Shot in front, score! Danny O'Regan! Lightning in a bottle, and the Terriers take a 2-1 lead. It's on the turnover. Rodriguez centering. Danny O'Regan scores! And Danny O'Regan sends Boston University to the Beanpot Championship game in double overtime.
I know it probably still stings to talk about in the loss to Providence in the Frozen Four Championship, but how fun was that to play at the TD Garden and do it with your brothers that you were with every step of the way?
Yeah, it was all set up for us to get it done at home, but you look back on that team, they have a bunch of guys that ended up with great NHL careers. They had a good goalie, good coach, they played well, and it's hockey, nothing you can do, but it was, like you said, the ride was amazing. It's still hurts we didn't get it done, but like I said, I've stayed really close with most of the guys on that team, honestly, and it was, a lot of memories that we'll never forget there.
When did it set in that you were a part of an NHL organization?
Mentally, I stuck with it until my last season ended there in my senior year, and then I was like, okay, I'm about to transition to professional hockey, and so it didn't really sink in until, almost that last game I played my senior year.
All right, we'll be back for part 2 with Danny O'Regan coming up on Gulls All Access presented by California Coast Credit Union.
Coming up, we'll take you behind the scenes of Gulls Media Day and take you on the ice with defenseman Jamie Drysdale.
Keep up the pressure here, boys.